The Unorganized Workers Social Security Act 2008 asks all states to set up welfare boards to ensure domestic workers get benefits. Only 13 states, union territories enacted laws guaranteeing minimum wages for domestic workers, but some states still have not. Such discrepancies and differing labor laws among states makes laborers vulnerable to the pitfalls arising from the lack of awareness of such laws, which also directly affects their ability to access benefits. Where the union government has laid down laws, it has not ensured that they have been implemented uniformly across states. Ineffectiveness of India's piecemeal approach towards domestic work is that all relevant action is de-federalized with no overarching and finding rules to govern the working conditions of domestic laborers, leaving individual states to formulate their own production and maintain their own databases, especially in a sector that sees migration and movement from state to state, ensures loopholes that are difficult to bridge. So only central law can meet requirements of regulating the domestic workers sector, since workers also frequently cross the interstate boundaries. Organizing domestic workers has been a huge challenge as the workplace is inaccessible and multiple. As a result, the demand for the better wages or working conditions through an unorganized union has been weak. India is a signatory to the International Labour Organization Convention on Domestic Workers of 2011, which has guidelines on minimum wages, safe working environments and the right of domestic workers to unionize. But because India has not yet ratified the convention, these are not enforceable. There is no organized union for domestic workers. Workers' wages are either set through the employment agencies or between the employers and family members. There are mushrooming placement agencies in the last decade that are actually not registered. Government should regulate these illegal agencies. Even placement agencies escape from ambit of the labor laws. The Domestic Workers Regulation of Work and Social Security Bill 2016 should be made a bill in Parliament, since the problem faced by the domestic workers are largely behavioral. Can law bring about a change in attitude of the employer's class? If there is a law for these workers under right to life, it cannot be guaranteed that there will be a change in the attitude in the homes where they work. The government needs to keep a watch. A change of heart is not possible. The bill will be welcomed, but the government needs to set up committees and monitor it. Make a welfare force for domestic workers in all states of India. The Labour and Skills Department has revised the wage rate for household workers, and it is currently set as 37 and 50 paise per hour for all domestic chores, and minimum wages officially registered at 178 rupees per day. This amount will not sufficient for today's cost of living and inflation rate. So the minimum wages per day for 8 hours work should be increased to rupees 500 and per hour work for rupees 52 legislated in Parliament. Welfare force must be in place as a watchdog on the implementation of this legislation.